Hi everyone, glad to see you again. Today I have something informative lined up for you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe online cyber defense. This guide is for educational purposes only. It is designed to inform, educate, and empower you with knowledge, not to encourage any illegal or unethical activity. Please remember, everything you learn here should be used responsibly and with the right intentions. Hydra is a powerful tool for testing computer system security. It's widely used in the cybersecurity field to identify vulnerabilities before malicious actors can exploit them. It's meant for students, cybersecurity professionals, and ethical hackers to learn how attacks work, so they can defend against them. By understanding the methods attackers use, you can better protect your systems and those of others. Unauthorized access to any system is illegal and can lead to severe consequences. Legal penalties can include fines, criminal charges, and even imprisonment. Only use these techniques in a controlled environment, with explicit written permission. Always ensure you have clear, documented consent before testing any system. Practicing on systems you don't own or control is both unethical and criminal. Respect boundaries and never cross the line into unauthorized territory. The knowledge here is to help you become a better defender, not an attacker. Use your skills to strengthen defenses and protect valuable data. Think of it like learning fire safety. You study how fires start to prevent them. In the same way, understanding cyber threats helps you stop them before they cause harm. Your reputation in cybersecurity is built on trust and integrity. Earning the trust of your peers and employers is essential for a successful career. Misusing your skills can end your career before it begins. One wrong decision can have lasting consequences for your future. Always act with responsibility and respect for the law. Stay informed about legal and ethical standards in your region and field. The difference between an ethical hacker and a criminal is permission. Permission is what separates legitimate testing from illegal activity. We share this information so you can understand and defend against real-world attacks. The goal is to build stronger, safer digital environments for everyone. Learn to think like an attacker to become a superior defender. Anticipate threats, and you'll be better prepared to stop them. Never lose sight of your ethical obligations. Let your values guide your actions, even when no one is watching. Your journey in cybersecurity must be grounded in ethics and legality. This foundation is what will sustain your growth and credibility in the field. Every action you take should be guided by the mission to protect. This is non-negotiable. Remember, your ultimate goal is to make the digital world a safer place for everyone. A brute force attack is a method where an attacker systematically tries every possible password or passphrase until the correct one is found. It's a trial and error approach that doesn't require any special knowledge about the target, just patience and computing power. Imagine standing in front of a locked safe and trying every possible combination one after another. It might take a while, but eventually, you'll stumble upon the right code and get in. In the digital world, attackers use automated programs to try thousands or even millions of passwords in rapid succession. These tools can work much faster than any human ever could. Brute force attacks aren't sophisticated or clever. They rely on sheer speed, persistence, and the hope that the password is weak or common enough to be guessed quickly. Attackers often use word lists filled with the most common or previously leaked passwords, making their job even easier if your password is on that list. The brute force tool tries each password from the list against a login prompt, one by one, until it either succeeds or exhausts all possibilities. There are two main types of brute force attacks: dictionary attacks, which use word lists of likely passwords, and pure brute force attacks, which try every possible combination of letters, numbers, and symbols, no matter how random. Short, simple passwords like 123456 or password are easy targets and can be cracked in seconds. In contrast, long and complex passwords with a mix of characters are much harder and take far longer to break. Systems that lock accounts after several failed attempts are much safer, as they stop brute force attacks in their tracks. Without these protections, attackers can try thousands of passwords per minute, dramatically increasing their chances of success. The strength of your password and the security measures in place on your system Both play a huge role in determining your vulnerability to brute force attacks. Brute force attacks may seem basic, but they're surprisingly effective against weak security and simple passwords. Understanding how brute force attacks work is the first step to defending yourself and your accounts from being compromised. Using strong, unique passwords and enabling account lockouts or two-factor authentication are key defenses against these attacks. Always follow cybersecurity best practices, update your passwords regularly, and stay vigilant to keep your accounts safe from brute force attacks. To defend systems, you must understand how attackers think. Ethical hackers use the same tools as criminals to find weaknesses before they're exploited. Seeing a tool like Hydra crack a password makes the risk real. This hands-on knowledge helps you advocate for stronger security policies. You learn to spot vulnerabilities and recognize attack patterns in real time. The goal is to hunt for weaknesses, not just follow a checklist. Mastering the attacker's perspective is essential for effective defense. Learn the craft of the attacker to master the art of defense. Hydra is a fast, parallelized network Logan cracker. Its name comes from the mythical Hydra, reflecting its ability to attack many services at once. Hydra supports over 50 protocols, including SSH, FTP, HTTP, and databases. You can supply lists of usernames and passwords, and Hydra will try every combination. It's highly customizable, adapting to different login systems and error messages. Hydra is designed for online brute force attacks, actively trying to log in over the network. These attacks are noisy and easy to spot in system logs. Ethical hackers use Hydra to test for weak credentials across many services. Its versatility makes it a staple for penetration testers. Remember, use it only in authorized environments. Hydra is pre-installed on security-focused systems like Kali Linux. To check, open a terminal and type Hydra H. If it's not installed, use your system's package manager sudo apt-get install Hydra for Debian-based systems. On macOS, use homebrew brew install Hydra. On Windows, use the Windows subsystem for Linux, WSL, to run Hydra in a Linux environment. Always ensure you have the latest version for security and features. After installation, verify with Hydra H. For most learners, the package manager version is sufficient. Only advanced users need to compile from source. Never use Hydra on systems you don't own or control. Set up a personal lab with virtual machines, VMs, for safe practice. Use virtualization software like VirtualBox or VMware Player. Create at least 2 VMs, one attacker, Kali Linux, and one target, like Ubuntu Server or Metasploitable 2. Deliberately vulnerable VMs, such as Metasploitable or DVWA, are ideal for learning. Configure your VMs on an isolated, host-only network to prevent accidental attacks on real systems. This setup keeps your experiments safe and contained. Your lab is a sandbox for ethical hacking practice. Never connect your vulnerable VM to the public internet. Practice only within this controlled environment. This approach protects you and others from unintended harm. Always double-check your network settings before starting. Responsible lab setup is the foundation of ethical hacking. In this section, let's walk through how to safely perform a brute force attack on an SSH service within your own controlled lab environment. This is a common technique used by both attackers and security professionals to test password strength and system resilience. First, make sure your target virtual machine, such as Metasploitable 2, is up and running with the SSH service enabled. Take note of its IP address, as you'll need it for the attack. Next, prepare a password list. Kali Linux conveniently includes the popular rocku.txt word list. But for this exercise, you can also create a smaller custom list tailored to your test user. Be sure to include the correct password for your target user account, such as msfadmin, in your list. This ensures the attack will demonstrate a successful crack. For example, your list might contain simple passwords like password 123456, admin, and msfadmin. These are commonly used and often targeted by attackers. To launch the attack, use the Hydra tool with the following command: Hydra l-msfadmin ppasswords.txtarget ipsh. Hydra is a powerful tool for automating brute force attacks. In this command, L specifies the username, P points to your password list, followed by the target's IP address and the SSH service you're attacking. Run the command and watch as Hydra systematically tries each password from your list against the SSH service, displaying its progress in real time. With a short, focused list and the correct password included, Hydra should find the right credentials quickly, demonstrating the vulnerability of weak passwords. Once successful, Hydra will clearly display the valid credentials it discovered, confirming the attack's effectiveness. This simple demonstration highlights just how easily weak or common passwords can be cracked by automated tools. To protect your systems, always use strong, unique passwords and consider using a password manager to generate and store them securely. This exercise clearly shows the real-world risk of poor password practices, which can lead to unauthorized access and data breaches. Ethical hackers and security professionals use this method to identify and remediate weak credentials before attackers can exploit them. Remember, never perform brute force attacks outside your own lab environment, as it is illegal and unethical to target systems without permission. After testing, document your findings thoroughly and provide recommendations for improving password policies and overall security. Responsible testing and reporting ultimately lead to stronger defenses and a more secure network for everyone. Hydra can also brute force web login forms, not just network services. Each website's login form is different, so you must analyze the form's structure. Use a vulnerable app like DVWA for safe practice. Identify the form's URL, field names, and the error message for failed logins. Example, Hydra command, Hydra ladmin, p-passwords.txt-target IP HTTP-POST-FORM /dvoa/vulnerabilities/brute/index.php-username =circumflex user circumflex ampersand password =circumflex pass circumflex ampersand login =login -username and/or password incorrect. The command tells Hydra how to submit the form and recognize failed attempts. Include the correct password in your list for a successful test. Hydra will try each password and detect when login succeeds. This shows how attackers target web applications with automated tools. Always secure web logins with strong passwords and lockout mechanisms. Practice only on authorized, vulnerable systems. Understanding this process helps you defend real-world web applications. Adapt Hydra's options for different web forms as needed. Hydra is powerful, but using it comes with serious ethical and legal responsibilities. Only test systems with explicit written permission. The difference between ethical hacking and crime is consent. Always clarify your scope and rules of engagement before testing. Never test systems without documented approval. The goal is to find and report weaknesses, not exploit them. When you discover a vulnerability, report it professionally and recommend fixes. Use your skills to help organizations improve security. Mastering tools like Hydra is valuable but must be handled with care. Your reputation depends on ethical conduct. Be a force for good in cybersecurity. Thanks for watching and learning with me. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. I value your feedback. Cyber defense.